Okay, let's try again. Don't know if this is gonna work. Seems fine. Yeah, okay. It seems more than fine. So, you want to watch the Pokemon Direct with me? Because there is a Direct coming up for the 13th anniversary of the Pokemon's franchise. And yeah, there's already like some things that we know are gonna happen. They've already announced the remake of Fire Red and Leaf Green dropping on the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. By the way, like, sorry for the backdrop. I was doing some fiddling around with the printer. Um, but yeah, basically, like, it's the 13th anniversary of the series. We know, like, a lot of fans have had this opinion, me included, that the franchise is going, like, basically nowhere, and it's really a shame, the game they've put up these past few years. Like, Legends Z-Day was very rough. Like, even now, like, people are still pointing at it and laughing about it because, like, let's be honest, it's like it's fucking horrendous. um so yeah, they're basically, they need to step up their games because it cannot just go on like that. And we know, like, there's a new engine that they're going to be using going forward. Like, they've actually remade some of the models, which they allegedly already did back on the 3DS. But I mean, come on, we can determine that stuff, and we know that there were the same models that they reused. So I really hope, like, Game Freak is going to step up and actually put out a real good game that fans of the franchise can be proud of. Because Scarlet and Violet, like, honestly, I have the games, and I didn't play them. It was rough. You've put the game in, you start it, and it was stuttering all around. It was like it was very rough, and they had to put out day one patch to fix the issues. And literally, like, some of the models in the game, because you had like all these Pokemons around you, they will drop frame rate based on the distance, and you can be like one step away from them dropping the frame rate, and it would visibly shows. Like, you would just take one step forward, and the model would just, like, completely change behavior. That was like that was crazy. um and I have to say, like, the last Pokemon games that I really personally enjoyed was Legends Arceus. It was very refreshing for the franchise. It was a good game. It had a lot of great ideas. It's just too bad that it was poorly executed. Again, like, they had this semi-open world, and they couldn't even make it pretty. And we've had Breath of the Wild on the Switch, and that game is very beautiful. So I don't know how Game Freak is doing this, how they're not able to bring such quality to their games. Um, but I mean, I'm not, like, alone in this, that I really hope that there will be some changes to the franchise that can take the game and make it on par with whatever every other games we can see on the Switch and on the Switch 2. And by the way, the Switch and the Switch 2 is like its own subject, because I'm still on the fence about the Switch 2. It doesn't feel like a new console at all. It just feels like a pointless upgrade. You're paying premium for the console and for the game on the consoles. Some games have free updates, some don't for some reasons, and that's just not good. And we saw like they were willing to go the route of having DLC already made for the games and releasing them day one at a premium for players, and that is just not good. So I really hope that they don't do this here with Pokemon. Like, we've had DLCs for the games, and I hope that they're not just gonna do the same thing where they're gonna release the base game and then sell us the update, which is going to include the national decks and make us basically pay for data that are already in the game. Because I think it was Sword and Shield, all the data were available on the cartridge. The DLC just unlocked them, basically. So when you paid for the extension with the ability to have the national decks and previous Pokemons, those were already on the cartridge. So, you know, kind of a shitty practice. I hope they steer away from that. Yeah, so I'm also like hoping that we get a shadow surprise drop of Pokemon Champion, because playing competitively in the games, it's kind of boring. It's boring as fuck, bro. Like, you spend so much time running around hatching eggs, hoping for the right nature, and then you have to grind some stupid endgame tower to get a ton of resources to try and min-max your Pokemon. And if you get the wrong base value, you're fucked. You need to do this all over again. And if you want shiny with the Masuda method or whatever, it's even worse. So yeah, Pokemon Champions, I'm really hopeful for this, that it's going to give a new breath for competitive Pokemon, because like I said, like, it's pretty rough. Like, you have to complete the main game, and then only then you can start and look at this. You have to build your whole team, and then like the egg hatching, the egg hatching, like, you have to get the perfect Pokemon out of an egg, with the nature, with the stats, with a bunch of other stuff. If you have egg moves that you want to have, that's a whole other thing that you have to worry about. You have to crossbreed between several Pokemons to get the right egg group to give the right move to the Pokemon that you want to have. So yeah, if they can simplify this with Pokemon Champions, all the better. I know that there's going to be a paid system in the game. They've already announced that. I just hope it's not going to be predatory. So yeah, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what they make of this, how they are going to go about that. Hopefully, it's not going to be too much, and it's not going to be pay to win, because if people can just like pay and get everything, and you're stuck grinding for hours on end, just like in the mainline games, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a good model. So I hope they manage this very well. A friend of mine told me as well about like collaboration for Pokemon Go. I don't know if people are still playing Pokemon Go, but the only thing I have to say about that is like Niantic is not good at making game. And don't get me wrong, I played Pokemon Go. I was a hardcore player for Pokemon Go for the longest time, and there hasn't been a day since day one of the release of Pokemon Go where I haven't thought that Niantic was screwing this game up. And when I've had enough, I've had my fill. I've had like all the times that I was enjoying this, um, I still ended up dropping the game because, like, even though there's a huge nostalgia factor with Pokemon, the game was just not fun. It just wasn't, and it was premium in a sort of very predatory sense, because you had like opportunity to pay to access some venue where you could get exclusive stuff, and when you're free to play, it gets really rough because your storage space is limited, and if you can't grind the gyms, you're done, bro. Yeah, like you're done. You can't do anything. And there's a lot of areas in Belgium where there's not really that much around, so people haven't like flagged Pokestops or gyms in those places. And that means that instead of being rewarded for going outside of the city, exploring and all of that, you're punished. You're punished if you don't live in a big city with a lot of stuff around you. So that's some of the core reasons where I think Pokemon Go has fallen short of those type of things. And it's the same with Monster Hunter now. I was excited because it was a Monster Hunter game and I wanted to have this sort of feeling that I was like hunting monsters even if it was on the go, and sort of that, but it's just not fun either. It just is not. So Niantic, please stop making games. And I hope they don't focus too much on Pokemon Go because, like, it's the game's just not fun. I know there's still people playing out there, but yeah, I'd rather like they make a whole new game, even geolocated or something like that, instead of keeping up with Pokemon Go. And maybe something like that Nintendo or the Pokemon Company can put out themselves. Like there's Dragon Quest Walk that is geolocated as well, and it's very fun. I tried it, even though it's completely in Japanese and there's not much around here, but there are some solid concepts in that where you can drop stuff on your map, so even if there's nothing around, you can still play the game. So maybe they could inspire themselves from that. Um, but yeah, the direct's about to start, so I'm just gonna shut up, enjoy the direct, and we'll see how it turns out. Pokemon Champion Shadow dropped right now, maybe. Oh yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green as well. It's cool that they're releasing this on the eShop, but $20 each games, it's kind of rough. So yeah, I can just like whip out my cartridges and just play on the original hardware. So there's really no incentive to go and buy those games. But anyway, let's focus on the direct. It's about to start. My clock says it's 3 p.m., but I don't see it starting here, so I'm just gonna refresh, see if it begins. Apparently they're late, or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not in the right place. I don't know. Yeah, nice shirt. Thanks, Frosty Jack. I've ordered some other shirts for the channel actually, so there's gonna be some new drip soon. Yeah, where is the direct? I don't know. It's supposed to have started. It's here late. There it is. Premiere in progress. Yeah, it's not though. Do I need to refresh again? Come on. Okay, it's still the countdown. That's like busting my ears. I don't know if it's a suitable volume for the stream. I thought we missed it like for a second. I mean, usually they are more precise with the timing. I thought for sure like it was gonna start on its own, but I mean it's fine. We haven't missed anything yet. So yeah, let's hope for Pokemon Champion dropping now and some very good stuff coming for Gen 10. I've heard lots of things, and I hope it's going to be better than what we've had so far. Let's cut the subtitle. Dude, this is starting strong. You don't hear the video, the one from Pokemon? Okay, I'm gonna boost the volume a bit. Tell me if this is good. Also gonna put this full screen. Can I like cut the chat? No, you can't cut the chat. Okay, let's do that. No sound. No sound at all. That's weird. Is there sound now? I've boosted it in OBS. So they're going back Gen 1. That's a lot of Pokemon, bro. This is a lot. Hold on, I'm gonna maybe boost the size of the video like so. I'm gonna cut this. No sound at all? Like what? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let me check. Because this is supposed to be like my desktop sound. Hold on. How come there's no sound? You hear me, but you don't hear the live. Game music collection. It's showing in OBS though. That's cute. No sound from YouTube Live. Bro, how come? Tell me when the sound goes live so I can adapt. I'm trying stuff. Yeah, so they have to release Champion soon. They have to release it soon. Otherwise, they won't be able to use it for the championship. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I don't think that would fix the volume. I don't know if the volume is fixed. I tried something. I don't know if it worked. No, you still have no volume. How come? There's new TCG stuff. Wait, they're remaking the first set? That Charizard, like, was... It was the first one, the infamous, like... Or is it for Pokemon Pocket, maybe? That might be. Uh... 30 years of Pokemon trading card game. Maybe this one. Okay, OBS shows no volume. I have to let it, like, by default. Pokemon Go. Oh, hold on. Maybe like this? Is there volume now? What is that? Oh, that's EX Master. Yeah, no, we don't worry about that. Nobody cares about that game. Still no sound. That's weird. That's weird. I'm gonna have to look into that because, like, there should be, like, I see the volume in OBS. It's recording. There is sound. I don't know why it's not properly sent to the stream. It's working now? Okay, so I'm not gonna touch anything else, bro. If it's working, it's working. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, Pokemon Sleep. The thing, like, nobody cares. Like, Pokemon Sleep, I won't, like, I'm not gonna be interested, but I did install Pokemon Smile for my son. Because we've had trouble with him brushing his teeth, and so I've installed the app to maybe try that. Too high compared to your voice. Is it good like that? Help me tune the volume.
To celebrate Pokemon Day,
should be fine like that. It's I see in OBS it's slower than my voice, so I can still bump it down if perfection. I'm not touching anything else. If it's perfection, it's perfection.
You can participate in the event to unlock their Unite.
Yeah, Pokemon Unite. So that's the MOBA style game. Not really a big fan though. Not gonna play that. Electrode volleyball. I'm just gonna go back full screen, and I'm gonna, like, put this, that. Perfect. The screen is like, yeah, it can be cool, and I mean he's approaching too, so. He's getting a bit fussier, and there's some stuff he doesn't want to do, so we have to find other ways to make him comply to the act of brushing his teeth, because he really doesn't like it. So yeah, we found, like, distracting him during that is kind of working, so that's why I installed Pokemon Smile, to on the occasion maybe try it and see if see if he likes it better like that. So they're re-releasing Pokemon XD. But is it gonna be like on the NSO, or is it like its own independent release? That's gonna be the question. Because like Fire Red and Leaf Green, they're not part of the NSO, and $20 each is actually kind of crazy. Like I would have been fine if it was part of the NSO or just $5 each. This is part of the NSO, so yeah, that's cool. That means if you have the subscription, you still get the game. I would have liked that better with Fire Red and Leaf Green, actually.
The latest news on our games. First off, we have information regarding the Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green version games.
But we already know about that.
Switch.
They dropped the trailer like some days ago.
Leaf Green games, remakes of the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games in Japan.
And they were such good games.
In 2004.
Completely broken, but
Today,
such good
these
games.
games have been made available to play once more as download exclusive titles on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. We also plan to make these titles compatible with Pokemon Home in the future.
Okay. But is it compatible with everything else?
Other Pokemon RPG series titles on adventures with you, or you can send Pokemon to visit Pokemon Champions. We hope you look forward.
What does that mean? Visit Pokemon Champion? Like you can make Pokemon in your games, put it in Home, and have it access in Pokemon Champion. But what does that mean? Like, can you get them back at some point, or does Pokemon Champion just automatically sync with your Pokemon Home? Make them compatible with Pokemon Home? Yeah, maybe, but yeah, as you said, 20 is still too pricey in my book. Because again, I can just pick them on my shelves right now, put them in my GBA and just play the game. Or even like rip my own game, put them on my phone and play on my emulator. So again, like it's a tough sell, $20 for each games. Bro, that's gonna be so awesome. Be able to battle in Pokemon like on the go and completely free from the main games. I mean, they made like a real good game here. Like, there's all the animations, so I hope they really don't drop the ball. April 2026. Later this year, so it's not shadow dropping today, dude. That's gonna be like so short for people to actually prepare for the championship.
Next up is news about the Mega Dimension DLC for the Pokemon Legends ZA game, the newest title in the Pokemon series. Please take a look at this video.
And they're releasing the Switch version first. That's gonna be rough for competitive players. Yeah, I don't really know who like this is going to be for. Like Pokemon Legends ZA is just like, it's not a good game. It's a shame game. It's really bad. Not to mention they didn't put effort in coding a language selection menu, so you have to be sure you buy the correct version of the game. Yeah, true. If you buy the wrong version on the eShop, you're basically fucked. You're gonna have to like file a complaint with Nintendo and try to get your money back to buy the correct version, because it's all separate. So be careful if you buy Fire Red and Leaf Green from the eShop. It was a good announcement, but it could have been handled better. Really, like, it could have been. Now, I understand the limitation, but you're a big-ass company. Like, Pokemon is just racking up so much money. It's really, like, at this point, you're just clowning on everybody if you're not doing a good job with that. And this is, like, yeah, that I'm just not gonna say anything about Legend ZA. I think I've made my case pretty clear with this game. I'm not like I'm not gonna just shoot a dead horse anymore. Yeah, we knew about this for a while, actually. I remember having put this in my previous Nintendo Direct video. So, no surprises there.
A new Mega Evolution of Garchomp, Mega Garchomp Z, has been discovered. This mystery gift will become available for the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC after this presentation concludes.
Okay.
After claiming this gift, you'll be able to detect a special hyperspace distortion where you can encounter Mega Garchomp Z.
Yeah, but it's in Legend ZA.
Z Stone by winning a battle against Mega Garchomp Z.
Nobody should play Legend ZA. Only Massachusetts.
We have some news about Pokemon Pokopia.
That's interesting, actually. Pokopia is very interesting. I hope they do it well. It's really, really bad. Yeah, I'm willing to believe. The base game is already really, really bad, so of course the DLC is not gonna be great either. I mean, you try to build a castle on shit, it's probably still gonna be shit. Pokopia, I hope it's going to be good. I really hope. There's a lot of potential, there's a lot of stuff they can do right, but there's also a lot of stuff they can do wrong. So
Is that curious-looking stereo a Rotom? Did it get enticed by the music and hop inside?
this just
It's
like
really
such
energetic and seems to go by DJ Rotom.
yeah, maybe
happens if you give it a CD in the game?
Koei Tecmo is gonna be like more professional. Let's say that. But this Rotom like is already like nostalgia
It can help
baiting
liven
people.
up the town with a variety of music. Ditto and the others are grooving to the beat too. Let's listen to DJ Rotom's specially selected tracks while I introduce you to the world of Pokemon Pokopia. Ditto first encounters Professor Tangrowth in a wasteland that was once
Yeah,
a
so
town.
basically you're gonna have to restore the land, I
It
believe.
seems like Ditto is working alongside other Pokemon to develop the town. Wow, they're sure fired up. Of
What I
course,
want
you
to see
can't
is
help
like
you're all on an
what
empty
can you
stomach.
actually do in this? Like you can use
It looks
the
like Riolu
Pokemon
wants
power
something to eat too.
to do various stuff, but
But how do you cook?
what is going to be the limitation here?
Huh?
What is
That's
that?
silhouette.
Can you like make a base camp and you slave Pokemon into doing your labor? 'Cause that would be dope.
A Greedent appeared. It sounds like everyone calls it Chef Dente.
Chef Dente.
Chef Dente can teach you how to cook all sorts of dishes.
Yeah, but can he cook for me? Because I'm lazy.
Each Pokemon has different foods they prefer. Some dishes will even power up your moves when you eat them. This'll make it even easier to develop the town.
That I'm already seeing how grindy this can be.
Try bringing Pokemon you
Like you're gonna have to basically
In
do
multiplayer
all
mode,
this
you can
cooking
visit other
minigame
players'
stuff
towns.
just so you can do things
You
in
can
your
play with up
world
to 3
faster.
other people. First, let's play some hide and seek. I wonder
I hope
where
it like
everyone's
they
hiding.
haven't like
Ah, there
really
you are.
upped the boreness
There's someone
of
here,
doing
too.
the cooking before you can actually like customize your island.
Where's the last one? Whoa! You can transform into objects too! That was a fun game of hide and seek.
That might actually be fun. Like if you
By
can
working
play.
together, you could even build something this
I don't know
big.
what this game is. I saw some TikToks on it. Like you, prop hunt, I think it is. It's like you turn into objects, you can duplicate them, and people have to find you and you have to escape. If you can play that in this game, that would be fun side game to do once like you and your friends are done building your world.
Every day, the world gets bigger and bigger. Developing a town, one step at a time. Pokémon Pokopia.
Okay,
Available on March
what's the
5th.
building system like? So it's going off on sale next week, I believe. Is the 5th of March. Yeah, that's next Thursday.
Pokémon Pokopia releases next week on Thursday, March 5th.
Like
Hope
next
you
week
enjoy
on
working
Thursday.
with Pokemon to develop a town from the ground up. Today, we covered all of the information you see.
Wait, is that already it?
We'd like to end our presentation today with one final video for you all.
Thank
Thank you for
God.
tuning in.
Oh, I thought I was having a stroke. Like, that could not have been just it, bro. Yeah, that's the only downside. You have to buy a Switch 2, and just for that, it's not worth it. Maybe if Gen 10 here is going to be good, maybe that's going to be worth, but I highly doubt it, bro. Like, just 2 games? Oh my god, that's Legend Johto. That's Legend Johto. That's Illumis. What the fuck? That was Johto at first. Where? That's Galar. Okay, so that's just like a reminiscing of the past gen. It scared me the fuck, bro. I thought it was Legend Johto. I was just already so hyped. So it is Winds and Wave. Yeah, they were just showing all the gens. It's just me, I'm just like so dumb. Bro, what the fuck is this? Nobody cares about that. Show us Gen 10. Okay. New Pikachu design is cute. Yeah, but I'm not focused on that right now. But yeah, sure. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait until the end. So these are the new starters. Growth. This one said like the fire starter is just the best one. I'm sorry for people who likes the other two. This fire starter is the best one of the 3. You cannot tell me otherwise. It doesn't look bad. We'll talk about that in a minute. Underwater exploration is what this last passage says. Winds and Wave. It was real all along. Pokemon Winds and Wave. It was definitely real. Global simultaneous release in 2027. Question is it going to be at the end of the year like they usually do in November? Because if so, then we're still 2 years away from that, basically. So we're gonna have to see where that goes. Is it really it? Is it really it, bro? It really is it. Okay. Well, let's go back. Let's go back to it a bit. So where was it?
Now,
First
a total of-
announcement. So this, of course, big nostalgia thing. This is going to be like super gimmicky, but it looks super fun. Like you basically have a mini Game Boy with the cartridge that can play that can play all the music for the games that you put in. Like I don't know if this is going to be working with the cartridge or if they're going to be special game music cartridge. I think it's going to be special cartridges. It has to be, like they're not gonna let you use your original one. I'm just gonna put the volume back. It's yeah, no, they're definitely custom cartridges, like because you have the theme up front. Or is that just for show? 45 song, 45 cartridges, so you have to collect all the cartridges. Bro, that's dangerous for me. Like, oh my god, that's dangerous for me.
I handled the music and sound effects for the Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Blue version video games. You can now play all 45 songs from the games on the small player inspired by the Game Boy system. We took particular care to make the audio sound just like Game Boy, so I hope you enjoy listening.
Hold on a second.
Cartridges.
Yeah, but yeah, so you really have to collect. Bro, that's so much cartridges. What the fuck are you doing? Very cool, but like all those cartridges, 45 of them for each version. That's insane, bro. So honestly, it looks far better than previous ones. The environment are well done and more alive than before. Still wait and see. They have some time until the release to polish the game. They have some time to polish the game. I mean, there wasn't that much in this direct, so I guess we can like skip through. Pokemon TCG, all good, all fine. TCG Pocket was fine, but it was kind of boring at some point. What is this again? Available after this presentation? Yeah, that's EX Master, so we don't really care about that because that's the mobile game and Pokemon Cafe Remix as well. Like some people might play this, but I mean, announcement on this front is not really what we really want. Pokemon XD is super cool if it's dropping on the Nintendo Switch Online as they announced. That's super cool. I hope they would do Colosseum and that. I'm bugging. The one on GameCube that was Colosseum, and there was Stadium on N64. Fire Red and Leaf Green, of course, like they're just ports, so just play the original one. Pokemon Champion, it's insane to me that they're gonna take that much time to release it. It's insane. Especially if you have to like grind in the game to gain currency to be able to unlock Pokemons, customize them and all that. It's already announced Colosseum. That's good, man. Like that's all fun. Like this is one of the best Pokemon I think they've put out that wasn't in the mainline Pokemon. So yeah, you have to grind Pokemon Champion. They've already shown this a bit. You have a currency that you have to spend. So if they're releasing this this late, it means that they are going to be relying on Pokemon Home to transfer Pokemon to Pokemon Champion and participate in the championship. So I think that was a money move from Pokemon here. They want people to subscribe to Home to bring their Pokemon to Pokemon Champions, so they would be able to participate in the championship. That's a scummy move. Pokemon Legends CD, we're not talking about that. It's horrendous. Pokopia, very fun. I think it's going to be one of the best Pokemon game that we're going to have, especially because like the only side games that we've had so far really were dungeon mysteries and all that, and it's not for everybody. This is just a cozy building game where you collect Pokemon and you can do various stuff, so this might reach more people. Yeah, so that's basically the summary. So Pokemon Gen 10. Let's talk about this because again, it's going to be a bit it's going to be a bit a bit touchy of a subject. So you say it looks far better than previous ones. I agree. I totally agree. This looks far better than I'm gonna compare this to the latest release, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This looks way better than Scarlet and Violet. This looks way better than Legend ZA. You can see like the environment and all that. It looks good. It looks almost kind of close to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in terms of like overall quality. The universe, the world seems more lively and more appealing, with a lot of stuff going on. Like you have those different environments, you have the night-day cycles, you have the underwater that you can go to, of course all the new Pokemons and maybe previous Pokemons that are going to be there. So there's a lot of stuff going for it. Like I said, underwater exploration, maybe we're gonna have to see how that goes, and the environment looks pretty decent. Like it's definitely an upgrade from the past generation. This is on Switch 2. This is on the Switch 2. It's not enough for the Switch 2. You are paying $400 minimum to get the Switch 2. You're paying $70 to get this game. It is not enough. I agree. There's improvement being made. It looks good. It looks appealing. It is still not worth what you're going to be paying to get access to this game. I think they are trying really hard and still falling short of having the base quality that you need on the system that they're targeting. I don't know, but I'm assuming because the current console for Nintendo is the Switch 2. So if they release this on Switch 1 and the Switch 1 can keep up, then I'll take back what I said. Totally fair. If this is for the Switch 1, this gets close to Breath of the Wild in terms of overall quality for a big open game. For now, what I'm seeing is this big Switch 2 logo right here. There's no hint that this is going to come out for the Switch 1. So if this is the case, I will stand on the hill that I'm on, claiming that this Gen 10 is still going to be a shame for the Pokemon Company and Game Freaks, because they are on the Switch 2. And when you see the games that can run on the Switch 2, like, again, it looks better than previous Pokemon, the Scarlet and Violet and Legend ZA and Legends Arceus, but tell me this is Switch 2 quality. It is not. When you see all the games, it is not even Breath of the Wild quality. And Breath of the Wild was running on the Switch 1. And it was running perfectly fine. So it is still not enough to justify the console, to justify the price of the game, to justify that Game Freaks is not putting the effort right now. I still think the games look cool. If I'm honest, I'm interested in picking this up. But I will still think that it is overpriced for what it offers. What I'm seeing right now, this is going to evolve. This is scheduled for 2027. So things might get updated, the looks might get polished. We don't know. I'm totally accounting for that. I'm reviewing what I'm seeing right now, and as it stands, it's not going to be enough. And we do indeed have to see the gameplay, because we don't know right now how it's going to be played. Are they going to stick to the original turn-based system? The exploration, do you have to battle Pokemon, or is it going to be a mix with Pokemon Legends, where you can run around, throw your balls at Pokemons, and hoping that you can catch them that way? It's still going to be something that we have to see. Before the price increase, the Switch 2 is going to increase in price? Bro, that's gonna be not good. Really not good. The Switch 2, honestly, the Switch 2 is not what its price. I said it when the console was announced and we had the price reveal and all that. Yeah, because of the RAM. Yeah, well. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I mean, it's still not. It doesn't justify the price of the console in the first place. It's still an overpriced upgrade for the Switch 1. It's just a Switch Pro. It's just a Switch Pro, and I'm not alone saying this. Like, the Switch 2 has been released like what, a year ago now, and every creators in the space has come forward and said it, because of course they were like hyped. They got the console, they tried it out, they tried to silverline this thing, saying yeah, it's still like a good console and all that. And I agree, this is still a good console. I just don't think the price is justified. And wouldn't you know it, now 1 year later, people are making videos saying that actually they never play with their Switch 1, because there is nothing on the Switch 1 to keep up and keep playing. Look at this. Wood from Beat 'em Ups. What's going on with the Switch 2? He said it himself, like Mario Kart World, which was one of the great games that they've said that they were gonna launch a console with. He never plays it. He played it a bit, but in the end, the game is just empty. And for the price that you're paying, it's kind of a steep price. So yeah, the state of the Switch 2, it's not good. It's not great. And I mean, this Pokemon Direct, if we're being fair, it still feels like it's going to be way too much money spent for way too little in return. So yeah, I mean, everybody can have their opinion about that. I'm not saying like people should follow my opinion. It's just mine. But yeah, I'm not really convinced, and honestly, Pokemon Champion, I think it's is going to be a money move from Nintendo, because you can see like there's a link between those. They dropped Fire Red and Leaf Green, so people are going to play this, get some Pokemon, and from Scarlet, Violet, Legend ZA, they're going to deposit on Home. They want Pokemon Home to be the main Pokemon hub, where you have to pay a subscription to keep your Pokemon and keep your collection, and then share this with Pokemon Champion, but you're gonna have to pay for Pokemon Home. So if people want to get ready for the championship and people want to play in the championship through Pokemon Champion, they're going to need to have this. They're gonna have to have a Pokemon Home subscription, and they're gonna need Pokemon Champion, and then put their Pokemon into Pokemon Champion. It's either that or pay the premium currency in Pokemon Champion to be able to make whatever Pokemon they want. So yeah, I'm just saying it's a smart move from the Pokemon company, because it's a money move, and of course they want money. So yeah. that's just That's just my opinion. Anyway, there it is, Pokemon Direct. It was very short. I'm always surprised like how short this was. Like there wasn't that much, I feel, in the end. Like if we watch the summary here, I mean, looking at this, yeah, that's a lot, but I feel like there's barely anything, because once you knock out like all the little stuff like nobody cares about, like Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Cafe, Master EX, and Pokemon Go, like that's half of this row here is already gone. Like Pokemon XP and World Championship, that's just an announcement for the championship. Yeah, cool, okay, but I mean that's not something that really matters. Pokemon Unite as well. So yeah, that's probably half of it. Like is really a celebration for Pokemon. But anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments of the video live. I'll probably take this video and make it a shorter video to post on the channel. So let me know what you thought in the comments. And yeah, I still think the Switch U is overpriced, and I still think Game Freaks is creating very unfinished games. For now though, we're gonna see once the game release. Anyway, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to never miss anything geek. Bye.